we're here, and so is Roman Reigns and The Rock, apparently. Let's go.
Hello, this is Shotzi Blackheart, and welcome to Gimme a Whole Yeah! I hope everyone checking this out in Yorkshire and beyond is having a great day.
Thank you, Shotzi. Right, okay, SmackDown is going. It's happening. And we've got the Liberty Bell WrestleMania sign there now. We are, my God, after a week where the next pay-per-view after a week is WrestleMania, which is, God, that's come around fast. This time last year, I was packing and getting ready to go. So, yeah, exciting. I won't be going this year. That's, yeah, I didn't really fancy the Philly one, and I kind of fancied having a WrestleMania at home this year. But I think we will have some representation with Andy Spores, who'll be representing Gimme a Whole Yeah and WrestleSphere, and a bunch of other places as well, so that'd be cool. Kevin Owens is coming out, so we're kicking off with KO. A lot of stuff happening on SmackDown tonight. Let me just see some of the comments from, I think a lot of them are from Mark before we get going, so let's have a quick look. Giving all heads up, they're filming next week, SmackDown tonight, straight after this SmackDown. Yep, that's true. That's because they're not doing the SmackDown next week in Australia due to the time difference. Basically, it would only be a couple of hours after SmackDown that they did the pay-per-view, so it'd really confuse timings. And apparently, it's also a lot cheaper and easier to keep all the equipment that they've got there tonight and not do that, apparently. And also, The Rock and Roman Reigns are in the building tonight. There's no guarantee they're going to be next week. So, they're filming 2 SmackDowns while they've got The Rock and Roman Reigns there. So, I think we can expect to see The Rock and Roman Reigns next week in SmackDown as well, which would be pretty cool. Because let's be honest, they're filming it in another 2 hours. So, Mark saying the upcoming season of Biography on A&E, which means accident and emergency in our country. We'll have episodes of Randy Orton, Sergeant Slaughter, Scott Hall, Diamond Dallas Page. Oh, bro, no spaces. That's hard to read. Davey Boy Smith and Roman Reigns. Cool. Heath Slater said in an interview he wanted the free agent role to drag out after they put him on SmackDown. The show ended. Okay, fair enough. Awesome. I'll let you guys read it. It's a lot to just keep reading. There we go. And was one thing after he forgot his lines. Okay, cool. Cheers for all of the info, Mark. There we go. Sorry, it's I realised it was quite a lot to read, and it would have been a little bit boring for me to read it out word for word. Okay, Todd is in. He says, hi, Sam and all. Hi, Todd. Nice to have you back. Jason Solomon, I'm here. Hello, mate. You said that like Bray Wyatt. I'm here. Observing stuff is nice and early tonight. Hey, everyone. Can we get The Rock versus Triple H? I think the bad news is Triple H, bless him, has to retire due to health reasons. So, highly unlikely. But I do think we're going to get some promo offs between those two guys. I think that has to happen. So there will be no SmackDown next week, but extra SmackDown tonight or no? No. What's happening is there will be a SmackDown airing normally next week, but they're filming it tonight, straight after this one. So basically, it'll just air on tape delay because everybody next week will be in Australia ready for the pay-per-view. So you will get a SmackDown next week as if nothing happened. So reminder, tonight is a double taping, so beware of spoilers. Exactly right. But, so, hang on a minute. No extra SmackDown. So it's not like you're getting an extra... The live crowd are getting an extra SmackDown. We're not. Nothing changes for the rest of us. But spoilers will be floating around on the internet, I imagine, because the crowd will have seen it. So whatever happens this episode and next week, that's what you get. So let's just put a banner. I can't do votes again tonight, guys, because I haven't currently got access to the Gimme a Whole Yeah YouTube page on this computer. I've got it on the other one, but I'm using that to watch SmackDown. So we can't do votes tonight again. I know I was meant to sort it out last week, but I've literally just not had the time. It's been a very, very, very weird week. Okay, so let me just do it. I can do a banner, though. Orange Cassidy versus Matt Taven. I don't think so. Not on this show. So Kevin Owens versus Dirty Dom. There we go. And just start the match. You'll get a boo, Dominik. Okay, KO here. Yeah, so if you want to still do a vote, guys, Hassan, I don't know if you're here yet, mate. Same as last week. Sorry I haven't got a vote. I will get it sorted for next. Well, there probably won't be a SmackDown stream next week because, again, it's on tape delay and all the rumours will be floating around the web. So we're probably just going to do Elimination Chamber. I'll be streaming that live. 10 a.m. in the UK, that'll be happening. So that's nice and refreshing. Let me just quickly turn up. My watch is interrupting me again. There you go. Shut up, Apple Watch. They're so annoying. I remember when I went to a live WWE show and the boost of Dominik was so loud, nobody could hear him and he tripped while getting into the ring. See, when I last saw a house show in Liverpool, it was before everybody... we did see Dom, but it was before everybody was booing him. I think he wrestled Ricochet. But that's where all those funny pictures of Rhea Ripley dressed like one of the Beatles came out. Sorry, I've been fighting that yawn for about 3 minutes. There we go. So you're going to have to bear with me a little bit tonight, guys. I'm not going to be quite as chipper as usual. Again, it's 1 a.m., so as usual, I am exhausted. But, yeah, we've had a very difficult day. We had some bad news about a family member a few hours ago that we're all still digesting, and a cat we've had for 18 years got put down tonight as well. So we're all a little bit upset at the moment. So yeah, it's been a bit of a weird week, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm all the WWE stuff from where they changed WrestleMania then changed it back again. I'm still a little bit. I was actually quite frustrated by all of that, and I very, very nearly took a break, but no. They fixed it, and no break. Here I am. I very nearly didn't do tonight, though, as well, because I'm not feeling especially brilliant. But I thought there's no reality where I sleep this evening. So, might as well be here. You know what I mean? And we've already got an ad break. America and your commercials. We're still pretty bad over here, but we're not quite as bad when it comes to ads. Todd saying there. Sorry for your loss, Sam. Yeah, it's the cat thing was very, very sad, but we also got some difficult human news as well today. But hopefully that'll be okay. We just need to make sure we're, but anyway, I won't go into that because it's that's too much of a peek behind the curtain. But anyway. Jason says, regards to your family, stay safe. Thank you very much. Thank you. Obviously, I'm not fishing for sympathy. I just want you to know if I'm a little bit subdued tonight, there are reasons. That's all it is. Misfit takes us back to reality with Teddy Long announced for 2K24. Has he not been in one before? Seems like he should have been. Jason Solomon saying, the best Rhea Ripley attire was the Survivor Series attire with the white gear and the nice hair. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what she did. All she did is she got a funny hat and some like round glasses, like spectacles. Like I'm so tired. I've forgotten his bloody name. John Lennon used to wear, and just kind of put them on because we were in Liverpool. It was funny. So she was just kind of dancing around Samantha Irvin, trying to annoy her, while like her boyfriend was wrestling Ricochet, the real life boyfriend of Samantha Irvin. So it was quite funny. The crowd was smart enough to know what was going on, and they found it funny too. And after that, Samantha Irvin sang "Hey Jude" to the crowd in Liverpool because she's a huge Beatles fan. If you didn't know that, look at the tattoo on her arm. She's actually got the 4 guys on her arm as well. So she said that was a dream come true to come to Liverpool and sing the Beatles in front of a Liverpool crowd, and we sang it with her as well, which was nice. So Misfit saying, thoughts and prayers to Steve Mongo McMichael. I'm not going to lie, I don't pray to anything, and I never will, but thoughts, certainly. If I did, trust me, I'd be sending them in a few other places today, that's for sure. Rock and Roman's promo is set to be unscripted. Well, let's be honest. Both guys know what they're doing. And I'm sure they already know what they're saying. I know I would. Trust me, I'm not going out there not prepping. I'm not going out there not knowing what I'm saying. I don't even come on here not knowing what I'm saying half the time. So, yeah. So, let's have a little look at what else is on the episode tonight. So, it's a pretty stacked episode, actually, tonight. Here we go. So we've got The Miz and Logan Paul squaring off in their qualifying match for Elimination Chamber. Zelina Vega and Tiffany Stratton doing one. The one we're on right now, and Naomi versus Alba Fyre. So these are all Elimination Chamber qualifying matches. And I love it when they do qualifying matches for things like Elimination Chamber. It's a bit more ridiculous when they do it for the Rumble because there's 30 slots, for God's sake. And you're telling me some of the legends they get in qualified. Okay, WWE. But yeah, I love it when they do this for Elimination Chamber because it actually means, obviously everything's kayfabe, but it gives it a bit of a sporting feel. I like qualifying matches for pay-per-views. I think not all, but you know what I mean. It wouldn't make sense to do that for War Games, would it? Because War Games is but when a feud is at its apex, like Elimination Chamber, not Elimination Chamber, like Hell in a Cell. I mean, The Rock was called out by Cena for writing his promo on his wrist. And a speedy recovery for Shotzi, yes indeed. The Rock's promo will be a lot of eyebrow raising. I see what he did. While the veins on the side of his head pop out. Alba Fyre is filling in for Shotzi those weeks who are wondering. Oh, good. Well, Alba Fyre is great. So, or Kaylee Ray, as I've known her for many, many, many years, on the UK and, well, particularly Scottish independent scene. I don't know if you know this, but from a geography point of view, I'm only an hour or so away from Scotland. So that's pretty nice. And I'll tell you what, Scottish borders, like the north of England, when you get to Hadrian's Wall, and then you get north of the wall, as like they say in Game of Thrones, to into Scotland, that particular part of the world is just gorgeous. And it's part of my ambition is to live there as well, as soon as I can. A bit more expensive up there in some, well, the places I want to go. Michael is in saying, hi Sam, how are you? Hiya mate, if I've not subscribed to your Miplet channel yet, mate, I will do, I promise you. Hassan, I'm glad you're here. Again, sorry, same as last week. I've not had time to set up the account on this computer. I know I should have done. I've just barely breathed this week in terms of work and other things. I did manage to have a night off on, last night for my anniversary. Was gonna do a few other things tonight, but life unfortunately got in the way. So yeah. Hassan's saying, how was your Valentine's Day on Wednesday? Well, because my wedding anniversary is a day after Valentine's Day, we don't do a huge amount on Valentine's Day. I get her some flowers, I get her a nice card, anything else, but we kind of do all our celebrating the day after on our anniversary, and it was our 6th wedding anniversary on last night. So we went out for, I don't know if you have a look at my Twitter, you can see us celebrating there. You can see all the food and alcohol we consumed yesterday, and it's good that we did that yesterday because yesterday was a nice day in terms of all of that. Where today, not so much. So Misfit is on his Reddit thing. So yes, our truth in mind. Drew Gulak is Randy Orton. Dominik Mysterio is 2 people. Tom and Nick Mysterio and Ciampa. And Triple H, Gargano is HBK, Maurice is Carmella, Kevin The Miz. I couldn't follow any of that, mate, but I read it out loyally. Oh, in our truth's mind. Oh, I see. Again, it's 1 a.m. Yeah, I voted for Kevin Owens. Yeah, me too, mate. Although, I actually think Dominik Mysterio is going to cheat to win. Because I think the plan was for him to annoy Brock Lesnar, wasn't it, in the Elimination Chamber? But they'll be doing something else now. So I think Dirty Dom's going to go in. I had to write that one. in the Twitch since it was longer. That's what she said. Giggity. This crowd is rowdy. SmackDown sold out tonight. Oh, nice. Good. Let's hope some of that love can be brushed over to AEW as well. I'm having a weird relationship with AEW at the moment. I really am. I find like the stuff on there I can't take my eyes off, in a good way. And then I find myself fast forwarding more than ever. I'm not going to say what or why, but I need it. I need to get the bug for it again. I think like right now I've got the bug for TNA and I've got the bug for WWE. I need to get that mojo back for AEW. I don't know. I feel like it's being booked for Tony rather than being booked for us, So I'm struggling a bit at the moment. But I'm looking forward to watching Dynamite because I hear last night they had some good stuff. Jason says, I know the plan for the girls in the women's chamber. If you think about it, last 6 girls in the Rumble. So we've got Becky, Liv, Tiffany, Bianca, Jade, Naomi. Well, word on the street is Jade's not going to be in it. But I think the others are shoe-ins. I'm not gonna. I gave up halfway during Dynamite. Oh dear, was it that bad? Oh, okay. There's some stuff on Dynamite I'm really loving. Like the Christian Cage stuff and things like that. But I've been absolutely perplexed by the CMLL versus the Blackpool Combat Club feud. That just came out of nowhere with no stakes. Like I get the kind of doing some brand warfare to open the forbidden door a bit. Do some business between promotions. That's great. I'm fine with a little bit of an invasion. But the minute I saw the Blackpool Combat Club calling them out, and I was like, well, why? What have I missed something? Why are you calling them out? What's happened? What have I missed? I don't know. It just seemed to come out of nowhere and have no heat. So I don't know. I'm of the view now. Tony needs a booker. It's okay for him to call some shots and we'll call most of these the boss, but have a booker and sit down with said booker. Like word on the street is QT Marshall is coming back. And he was the closest thing they had. So I'm kind of hoping QT reins Tony in a little bit and says, look, let's do stuff that makes sense. Let's not just erratically book. Let's plan long term. I feel like he's becoming Vince. And I don't mean that in the horrible way that we're seeing right now, but in terms of the Vince used to just book WWE for his own entertainment and nobody else's, and I feel like a little bit that is where we are with AEW at the moment, and I want to get back to loving it and looking forward to it all the time. I'm just struggling a bit at the moment, and I know I'm not the only one. That CO sent on off the top of the rope is something special. It always is. And he got him. So whoever voted for Kevin Owens, you got it bang on. God, Elimination Chamber is going to be awesome. I'll tell you what's going to be extra awesome, not having to stay up until 5 a.m. to watch it. Normally, though, I don't ever do that, unless I'm here. Normally, what I do is I go to bed, normally, get up early in the morning, and enjoy it, on the couch or something. I used to hate Sunday pay-per-views because I used to have to wait for a day at work or back when I was a kid, a day of school, and then watch it. So it's nice when it's on a Saturday because I can get up on a Sunday morning, have a bit of a lazy Sunday morning, walk the dogs, go to the gym, come back, watch it. Bliss. Yeah, Jade is no longer in the plans for the chamber. What is going on there? It's a bit strange, isn't it? It wasn't bad. I just stopped caring. But if it's not engaging you, you know what I mean? It doesn't mean it's bad, but it's like, I know what you mean. It's the ambivalence. That's what I'm feeling, and I find myself looking at my phone when it's on more, and I don't, and then I tell myself off for doing that. I'll put your phone down and watch the show. But then something else will happen, and there's some matches that just don't mean anything. And I don't know. I feel like when they had AW Dark, right, all those instincts could just be done there. Let's be honest, it didn't matter. where now I feel like Rampage has really gone downhill since the lack of Dark. And people are going, oh, they could just do that on Ring of Honor. No, Ring of Honor should not be the new AEW Dark. Absolutely not. Ring of Honor is its own promotion, should have its own roster, its own everything else, and have, you know, and not be bloody AEW Dark. If you want AEW Dark, bring that back. Anyway, enough about AEW. We're watching SmackDown. Oh, comments are moving. Yeah, I kind of lost my mojo to watch AEW as well. I've been watching it, but not as enjoyable as it used to be. Love WWE and TNA right now. Yeah, for me right now, it's WWE and TNA are doing really, really well. I know there's some funky stuff going on in the office in TNA, which is worrying me a bit, but I've got faith that everything will be all right. And WWE, yeah, it's hot right now. There's some stuff isn't working. A lot of it is. And yeah, it'd be great if all three of them could be firing on all cylinders. I think WWE is changing plans because WWE actively spoiled Jade in the chamber on their website. Lol. But as long as that's all it is, that's fine. Zelina Vega is here for her qualifier. If not Jade, then Indy, because she would get the pop. Yeah, that's a really good point. Like, I don't know if WWE think she's over enough. That's a pretty cool Puerto Rican flag there by Zelina. That's awesome. I don't know if she's over enough, but it would be a cool thing to do for the Australian audience, wouldn't it? Carlito should be the last participant for the chamber. Maybe. Am I right in thinking he's got a mild injury? I could be wrong. Miz or Logan Paul is going to be the last spot. Yeah, good point. Yeah. And I'm thinking it's got to be Logan. Because I think whatever feud Logan goes into WrestleMania with, LA Knight, the genesis of that will be in the Elimination Chamber. They'll do something to annoy each other. One will eliminate the other or something like that. I can see that being how they build to Mania between them two. And it also wouldn't make sense to have Logan win, would it? Because then he'd have to go and the United States champion would have to go and face the heavyweight champion. And like obviously it wouldn't necessarily be winner takes all or anything, but it would screw us out of a Mania match, wouldn't it? So and let's be honest, we think McIntyre's got it in the bag, doesn't he? McIntyre has to just kill everyone. Question. When is the chamber? Is it this weekend or next? It's next weekend, mate. Next weekend on I tell you now, that's why they're taping the next SmackDown after this one. Because if it was tomorrow morning, you wouldn't see me here. Taylor's in, hiya, mate. Good evening. Other than a few issues, that wasn't a bad match at all, was it? No, it was all right. But I'm not going to lie. It's hard to do, to watch the match so intently when you're hosting. But I'll do my best. It's next weekend. Thanks, Misfit. Vega should win this. Yeah, Tiffany Stratton is totally winning this. Yeah, I agree. I think Stratton's winning this. Agreed. Tiffany shouldn't be losing anytime soon. Vega can take the hit. She doesn't win half the time anyway. No, you know what? Being here and yawning away and being exhausted and not... Oh, God. What's happened to my face? See, I think my camera thinks it's darker than it is. There we go. There's the colour in my face again. I'm a little bit cheered up. I'm not going to lie. Feel a bit better. Bring Natalya and Tegan to the Alpha Academy to SmackDown. Oh, and the Alpha Academy to SmackDown. I'm not going to lie. I think Tegan Nox is great, and I've always been a big Natalya fan, but I'm just a bit meh with whatever's going on with that tag team. I've never been a big Alpha Academy guy, although I like everybody individually. Very strange. Vega hasn't got the push she deserves, in my opinion. She's very talented. Hassan, same as before, mate. It's not changed. I've not got access to the vote thing tonight, so we're just going to have to guess. But I vote for Tiffany Stratton. And I reckon you all should too. Okay. Yeah, I'll try and get it back soon. The voting thing. All it is so I'm logged in on the Mac, but on the this gaming computer that I haven't got the Gimme a Hall Yeah stuff logged in, so I'm kind of switched it around. I vote for Zelina Vega. Well, fair enough. Alexa and Carmella have to come back to SmackDown. When they get Carmella, should return as a fabulous heel gimmick. Yep. We need more female heels in SmackDown. Yeah, maybe. Apologies for not messaging you on Slack to sort it. I'm not going to lie, Taylor. I went to bed last Saturday morning after doing SmackDown, and I forgot about it until like an hour or so ago. So it's been a week of it's just been a week of a lot of work. Like I've had a lot of work on with WrestleSphere and some SoundSphere stuff as well for Dom. You know, some family difficulties, you know, with people being not very well, you know, stuff like that. So it's just been a case of I don't think I've just been able to sit down for a moment. You know what I mean? Hassan says, I like your hats very well. Me too. And you can, in fact, that gives me a perfect opportunity to go and do this. Where is it? And you can get your own Gimme a Hall Yeah hat at the Gimme a Hall Yeah store on our Twitter, on our YouTube. I think the link is below. But yeah, if you like this hat, you can get your own. That's where I got mine from. And I had to pay for it. Michael is saying, Sam, have you got to play a certain wrestling game yet? No, but I imagine I will do very soon. I'm not going to lie, I'm playing another game through at the moment, and that's taking up a bit of time as well. It's somewhat of a fantasy, a rebirth, if you will, and yeah, I'm close to the end of that now. It's not me doing the review for it. It'll be a colleague of mine, but I'll be doing a lot of content around it for Deserto. But yeah, that's the thing I'm playing right now. I don't know what's going on with 2K. It might not even end up being me who does it, but I am, you know, one of the big wrestling guys there as well. So it might be me. We'll see. How is that fantasy game? Well, that fantasy game, and you know, who knows which one it could be, is bloody brilliant. But I can't say much else other than because it's embargoed presently. So probably shouldn't have even said it was brilliant. But yeah, like, come on, it was always going to be, wasn't it? But yeah, again, won't be me reviewing it. So when it's out, I'll talk about it in full. But I've got to be very careful what I say about it. But yeah, that's the thing I'm on with right now. I don't know if I'll be doing 2K this year. I do often get the code for it, even if I don't review it. Because even if I don't review it, I do help out with content. So we'll see. Taylor was saying, I wish I reviewed the games. Oh, mate, I steered my journalism career on the writing side. I think you went down the technical side. I was never any good at that. So that's why I went down the writing side. But yeah, it is a cool perk. It's hard, though, because you find yourself, like, I can't remember when I last played a game because I wanted to just sit and play it. Like, every game I play near enough these days is dictated to by what's needed for work, and that's cool. But there'd be so many other games I'd be playing as well if it weren't for that. But it's okay. Have you got a chance to play Kill the Justice League yet? I actually haven't. No, I didn't review it. I didn't do any content for it. I wrote a feature about it, which sounds a bit weird saying you haven't played it, but you wrote a feature about it. But it was about something that everybody knew. It was about the whole Batman thing. So I wrote an opinion piece. And then Rishab, who also a Hulkamaniac who joins us every now and then. I don't think he's here tonight yet. But Rishab then wrote a counter piece as well. So we now need a rubber match, don't we? I think. Well, word on the street, is in fact, so you can read the Deserto review of it that my colleagues did. But I think Dom also reviewed it for Soundsphere, because I know Dom got a code actually for Soundsphere. And Dom quite liked it. So yeah, it's a weird one. I will play it. It'll be one of them things that I'll play it, see the story, complete it, and then never touch it again. It'll be one of them games. I've got no interest in the live service elements of it. You know what I mean? None at all. And here's Zelina kicking ass. Tiffany Stratton looks like $1 million. Legado del Fantasma are in the audience. Douchebags. With commercial break. But yeah, Michael, I'm not so sure spending full price on it on Suicide Squad is a good idea. Maybe wait for that one to go to bloody Game Pass or come down cheap or whatever. Yeah, and the Joker as well. That's pretty cool. It's an Elseworlds Joker, though, isn't it? It's not the Arkhamverse Joker, not the one who got cremated at the start of Arkham Knight. My opinion piece about it was all how I thought the Batman stuff was a bit of a slap in the face. If you know, you know. But yeah, I'm not a fan of that. But who knows? They might be able to turn it around if they get a sequel. But yeah, the reviews have been mixed, so a sequel is not guaranteed. And if that is the end of the Arkhamverse, then wow, that went out with a whimper and not a bang. We'll see, though. I'm a bit... I feel like DC is so hit or miss with its extended media these days. There is indeed, but then they also do something which kind of takes a massive crap on that as well. So there's a lot of Kevin Conroy fans very, very unhappy about it. No, I don't mean Batman Arkham game. I mean game in the Arkham universe, which Suicide Squad is in. And they are planning a Suicide Squad sequel. So, but because of the reception and the commercial response, they might not get to make it, is what I'm saying. So if Suicide Squad Killed the Justice League turns out to be the final game in the Arkhamverse, they've really screwed up, because it really does take a massive crap on the Arkham games. They could fix it. I don't want to be too spoilery, but they could fix it. But as the game hasn't exactly been a massive success, then that might be it. But we'll see. I hope not. And word on the street is they've actually they're not planning on another Batman Arkham game, but the Arkhamverse. They have got a lot of plans for more content, more games. So, and trust me, I've heard that from the horse's mouth. But nothing is ever guaranteed in that industry. Oh. Oh. Oh, God. How many yawns is that now? Who's counting? So is this... I wonder if Elite... What's her name? Legado del Fantasma, the girl in that. Is she going to attack Zelina Vega? Is she going to get involved in this, perhaps? Let's see. I'm not going to lie. I'm here purely for Roman Reigns and The Rock tonight. See what happens there. See what they say. Set up this supposed tag match, perhaps. Tiffany and Vega should be rated higher in 2K. The problem is they can't give everybody the high rating, can they? Because then it's they kind of get in the way of it. But I know what you mean. I love how Demon Balor is rated higher than normal Balor. So, like, when he's the demon, he's just that face paint, that body paint just makes him way tougher. Wrestling. Tiffany Stratton going to win by the prettiest moonsault ever, I wonder. Zelina's doing well, though. See, I didn't mind Arkham Origins. It was obviously nowhere near as good as Asylum and Arkham City. And I didn't really mind Arkham Knight either. I thought the Batmobile sections were bloody terrible. But jumping around the city and was just phenomenal. Like, I had so much fun just like being Batman and flipping around the city and doing all of that. Yeah. There's the Arkham Knights game as well, but that's not part of the Arkhamverse, is it? Gotham Knights, sorry. But it's not part of the Arkhamverse. Oof. That spot always looks so savage. It had a different developer, if I remember rightly, Arkham Origins. I think they got a third-party developer to do it. Can't remember who. It was so many years ago. I think I lived alone, actually, when that came out. I think I had my own house. Like, I think I lived as a single dude. That was a million years ago. I mean, my wedding anniversary yesterday was 6 years, and I've been with her 12, so... it couldn't have been that long ago. Or maybe it was, I don't know. Well, that's how my Valentine's Day was, Hassan. How was yours? Yeah, if you have a look on Twitter, see some of the food we had, and it was awesome. She had a lot of Prosecco and got herself a little bit drunk. Ooh. Apparently, WWE are going to be revealing 2K24 roster ratings during the show. That reminds me, actually, I might need to talk to the powers that be about 2K this year on Monday morning. Can't be, not now. Gotta grab a snack. Ooh, let us know what you're getting. Sassy's not here, so someone's got to tease me with food porn. Not actual food porn. I mean, like, you know what I mean. They just did it for Zelina and Tiffany Stratton. Oh, that's cool. There it is. Prettiest moonsault ever. Oh, it kind of went a bit ski whiff at the end, didn't it? But wasn't quite the smooth one that it was a couple of weeks ago. Something slightly botched there. Looked a little bit awkward, but oh well. We can do. So happy the Fiend is back in 2K24. Yeah, me too. That'll be who I'll be playing as, 100%. Look at that. That's insane, that moonsault. Oh, no, she landed it. It was only a little bit... Oh, no. It was just a little bit awkward when she got the pinfall. The actual moonsault was phenomenal. Tiffany Stratton's going to be in the Elimination Chamber. That's what I like about Tiffany Stratton. She's not just like a dolly bird. She actually can go. And in a match like that, I think she'll be quite savage. I mean, and she's in there with some heavy hitters as well. I'm really looking forward to that, actually. It's going to be great. I'm curious to see how they will do the Funhouse match in Showcase. Oh, of course. Oh. Yeah, I bet it's better in Showcase than it was in reality. Oh, AJ. What? God, AJ's a right dick at the moment, isn't he? Petition to have the prettiest moonsault ever from the top of a pod, please. Oh my God. Do you think they will? That would be... If they could do it safely, you've got to think. Them's fighting words. Speaking of fighting words. AOP. And the cannot catch a break carrying cross. Ooh, I got chocolate peanut butter ice cream. Is it like Reese? Is it Reese's or is it just like chocolate peanut butter? Oh, Kansas City Chiefs belt was that? That reminds me, actually, I need to look more about that news story, find out what's going on after what happened, the horrible things that happened there the other day. But we won't talk about that here, of course. Some people are just bloody lunatics, aren't they? Oh, another commercial break. I really feel it at the moment. You always really feel commercials when you're doing a live stream. See, I'm still thinking of Taylor's idea to have the prettiest moonsault ever off the top of the pod. Do you remember when Austin Theory got F5'd off it? That was great. It's like, what? Theory's dead. Yeah, don't worry, Taylor. It's not that we need any help on through Slack or anything. I just kind of need to just get the login again and I've got it written down. I just need to just use it and do it. So that's all it is, really. It's not like a tech issue. It's just more me logging in. But I think I need one. No, that's what it is. I need one of the boys. I need Dom and Ant to kind of like send me the code when I do the reset thing. That's all it is. Oh, it's Haagen-Dazs. Chocolate and peanut butter, though. Reese's be suing somebody. See, my favourite of all time, ice cream, Ben & Jerry's cookie dough, all day. In fact, I'm going to go and get a big fat tub of that tomorrow. Oh, hell yeah. Because it's bloody freezing at the moment, I'll be able to walk back with it. Ah, good. Yeah. That's all it is. It's not me being ungrateful. It's just a case of I need to like ring one of them and be like, right, we'll do the code thing now. That's what it is. We're trains who pass in the night sometimes. Me and the guys. But I'll be having once tonight's over, I'll be having 2 days off. I'll be having Saturday and Sunday off, WrestleSphere and Gimme a Whole Year duties. And Deserto duties and just duties in general. I'm having 2 days off. I've decided. I'm not writing a goddamn thing. But while I'm here, I will plug WrestleSphere for a moment. I interviewed Simon Gotch of TNA a couple of days ago, and I just wrote it up straight away and got it uploaded. So yeah, thank you very much, Simon Gotch. Thank you very much, TNA, for all the continued support and letting us chat to your wrestlers. But yeah, go and have a look at that because especially before the No Surrender show, he gave me some great lines. I'll upload the full interview to YouTube perhaps on Monday or Tuesday. What we generally do is we write the article first, we let that live on Google for a bit, get some traffic. Once it's done that, then we upload the video to YouTube, the full thing. And there's things in the YouTube video that we don't always put in the article because you can't write an interview in an article word for absolute word because you'll be there all day. So, if they ever combined Ben & Jerry's cookie dough with the caramel choo-choo cups, I think I'd be in love. I think they did, actually, Taylor, a while ago. Do you not remember when they were doing them, like, split half and half ones or whatever they were? I only know because my wife would buy one and they'd give me half. I was like, well, how are you going to do that? And she was like, oh, yeah. So we ended up just both having half each, but, you know, half of the whole thing. So a quarter each of each one. You know what I mean? Oh, Damage Control may have started with your vision, but we made it what it was. Yeah, keep talking, Io. We became champions. Oh, I'm sorry, Io. I'm not so sure, mate. I think she's taking that off you. Yeah, Post Malone being in 2K is wild. What the hell is Post Malone doing in 2K? Well, don't get me wrong, it's a bit of fun, but like, what? And remember that Pokemon thing he did that time? That was ace. He's a big video game fan, though, isn't he, Post Malone? He's a big geek. He strikes me as quite a cool guy. Not feeling face tattoos, though. Hell no. Oh, who's this? Harvey? I don't know who Bo Morris is, but I know Big Body Harvey from NXT. Are these two about to get murdered by AOP? Is that what's going on? Yeah. Don't know about you, Hassan. I vote for AOP. It looks like it says Karrion Kross pop, which is probably what they wish they could get. Nah, I think Karrion Kross is ace. I actually really like this as well. It's nice to have Paul Ellering back. Doesn't look quite as mean as he used to, though. The Final Testaments. I still think they should do more with Scarlett. I don't know what. Oh, God, have I left that banner on for like 3 matches? Yeah, let's sort that out. I'm not even bothering with one for this match because I think we all know how this is going to go. I imagine this entrance is longer than the match. Just a feeling. Remember when AOP were Seth Rollins' minions? And they attacked the commentary desk and Samoa Joe like stood up and got in their faces. I know he got laid out and smashed through the table, but Samoa Joe, balls of steel. That was how, and they started building him into a babyface. See, I think babyface Samoa Joe is awesome. Like in NXT when he was William Regal's enforcer, that was brilliant. It's a shame they never capitalized on that Rollins feud. There was that time he was in the ring. What did he? Was it like a kendo stick he had, and he just went like that behind his head, and it made Rollins flinch. And it was so good. It was not the Thunderdome era, just before the Thunderdome. The empty room era. God, let's hope we never have to go back to that. Sorry, I'm tired today, guys. Like I said before, it's been a weird day. The cat that we lost, we got him when I was 18, and I'm now 36. So he had a good innings, that cat. But the family are very upset about the loss of him. The other thing I can't talk about because it's too personal, I suppose. But anyway, that's why today's been a bit of a bit mopey, a bit you know what I mean. But anyway, AOP have won. Yes, the entrance was longer than the match. Shocker. Tomorrow morning, I think I'm going to have to spend a few more hours playing that game that we won't mention. I've got, I think, 2 weeks to get through it completely and finish it completely, which I'll probably do. I really should. Oh, he's Logan Paul talking about. I think he's brilliant. I know I say that every week. Obviously, he can't win the chamber. But LA Knight, Logan Paul, WrestleMania. Does that work for everyone? That works for me. WWE's trio title, please. See, I don't know what I think about that, Michael. I think, like, my only worry is, would it be a little bit like AEW in the sense that too many belts leads to a bit of bloat? You know what I mean? I mean, it could work if they did it in NXT. I think NXT, it could, yeah. I don't know about the main roster. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh my God. Anyone watching Bianca Belair's... why does my camera do that when I yawn? That's bizarre. This is AOP's first match since March 2020. They team with Murphy and Rollins to face the Street Profits and the Viking Raiders. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, when Murphy became his minion as well, didn't he? What is it with Murphy becoming people's minions? Yeah, they have more trios and factions than AW. Yeah, it could work. It could work, but you've saying that with Triple H booking it, a lot of things are up in the air, though, aren't they? Seeing a commercial for Yorkshire Tea here in the UK, which I don't know if you know this, but Dom every now and then tweets that organisation saying putting over their jam on toast tea, and often gets a response from them as well. We love the idea of Yorkshire Tea sponsoring Gimme a Hole, yeah, or Soundsphere, so we're working on it. This is Logan Paul's very first TV match. Wow, is it really? Of course, because he hasn't had that many, has he, if you think about it? Every single one has been a high-profile pay-per-view event. Oh, sorry, premium live event. Let's get the lingo right. They don't need trios titles because there'll be a group of people, not me, that will say the women need trios titles. Yeah, I suppose so. Like they could have titles for the men and not the women. They could just do that. But I know what you mean. It will lead to the idea, well, if they've got it, they should have it. Which isn't always the case in wrestling. They should do whatever's the best thing for the show. You know, I am of the view that it's great to have a women's rumble, a women's elimination chamber. I love the fact now that we get two of these things. I really do. It makes total sense. But yeah, the women's division isn't as big as the men's division, is it? And I also don't think Triple H likes the idea of trios titles. See, because I would have thought he'd be the guy to do it. Oh, I'm getting tired of yawning. I'm getting so sick of these yawns. Is it me? Or does WrestleMania XL have like a WrestleMania 2000 vibe with like the text? Let's hope it's a better pay-per-view than WrestleMania 2000. Was that Big Show versus The Rock? Do I remember that as being a train wreck? How does everybody feel about The Rock and Cody being back on? Not The Rock and Cody, Roman Reigns and Cody. Because if he did, he would have introduced them in NXT. Yeah, because I always thought it would be a very Ring of Honor-y thing to do, and I felt like Black and Gold NXT borrowed quite heavily from Ring of Honor sometimes in terms of the style, which I loved. But yeah, so I often thought they would do that in NXT, and they never did. So we'll see. Maybe they will one day. That was every McMahon in every corner. That sounds terrifying, doesn't it? There's Cody. I'll let you all read that for yourselves. But yeah, it wasn't the best, was it? Wasn't the best one. I think last year's was good. I got interviewed this week by Tom Talks Rubbish, again, friend of the channel, cool guy. And he asked me for my favourite pay-per-view now. And I said to him, well, I suppose it was the WrestleMania that I attended. It's hard not to be at this point. But I've been very, very fortunate last year. I attended quite a lot of pay-per-views. So won't be the case this year, I don't think. Although, no, it'll be at least two this year, won't it? With the Germany and the France show, I imagine. We don't know if they're going to do anything else in the UK this year, but I don't think so. If they do anything, it'll just be a regular tour like they do every year. Big Show, Rock, Triple H, and Foley. See, 4 cool guys, 4 great wrestlers, but yeah. Agreed. Yeah, the other 2 were... I remember thinking that at the time. I was only a kid as well. I remember thinking that. The other 2 felt a bit shoehorned. I was never really into the Rock Big Show angle, though, either. Back when they did that, I just didn't feel it had the same gravitas to me like Stone Cold and The Rock had all those times. And my God, look how young those boys look there. Roman Reigns looks grizzled at the moment, doesn't he, with the grey in his beard. That family tree thing they put up on that kick-off show was pretty cool to look at. Jacob for 2 featured quite prominently. Lance and Hawaii on there as well. I think Lance and Hawaii has worked a match for WWE on the main roster, but he was used as a jobber. He was kind of squashed. I can't remember who did it, who brought him out, but he was booked on that one occasion. Can you imagine through the years of Mania, The Rock never wrestled Taker or Triple H at Mania? Oh, yeah. See, that's why I'm kind of pleased we got John Cena versus Undertaker at WrestleMania, because that was a brilliant idea. Great build-up as well. And it was the closest Cena ever came to turning heel as well. Because every week you were like, well, somebody just shut him up. Undertaker, for the love of God, come out and accept the match and just beat him up. Like, even Kane came out and chokeslammed him to beat him. But that was great. That was one of the most recent New Orleans Mania. I think it was 34. That was one of my favourites. Or was it 33? Sorry, no, it was 33. Because 32 was the ultimate thrill ride, wasn't it? God, has it been that long? This promo from Seth was phenomenal. Yep. In a singles match, I mean. Yeah, totally. We understood, don't worry. Oh, so Lance and Hawaii wrestled 3 matches for WWE. I only remember that one. What were the other 2? In fact, what were the 3? Here we go. Enemies turned allies turned enemies here. It was Miz who turned on Logan, wasn't it? Miz turned heel on Logan. No, they already were. Were they already heels? I don't remember. Yeah, I'd love to know what those Lance and Hawaii matches were, because I thought that might go somewhere, but no. Oh, hello. We gave him a bottle of Prime. That was a babyface thing to do, Logan. That kid will be happy. I've only ever had one can of Prime, and I remember just drinking it and thinking, well, this is basically Monster energy drink. Like, and why do I need to pay another £2? I don't get it. I'll stick to my Monster. £1.50. Oh, here we go. So the Ascension versus Lance and Rhett Titus. 2014 SmackDown. See, the one I'm thinking of is a lot more, considerably more recent. And he was brought out because of his connection, I think, to Roman Reigns. I can't remember who did it, but they talked him up, and then I think he was squashed by somebody. Oh, here we go. Teamed with Garrison Spears to face AOP, NXT 2017. So presumably the one I'm thinking of will be next. Because if it isn't, then there's 4. There we go. Yeah. This is the one I'm thinking of. Shane McMahon on Raw 2019. That's the one. I don't even remember the other 2. There's no way I would have remembered one in 2014. But Rhett Titus, though. I love Rhett Titus. Got his car trashed the other day, then Jericho hit him for no reason. Screw you, Jericho. I vote for The Miz. I'm all in for Logan Paul on this one, guys. That was it, yeah. Was Shane McMahon feuding with Roman Reigns? Is that what was going on? The only Hawaii not named Roman who competed for all three brands. Well, there you go. And I do wonder. I wonder if he'll. I wonder if something will happen again because he was. Yeah, they featured him on that tree, didn't they? Yes, he was. Yeah. Did I hear that Logan Paul is rated 90 in 2K24? Well, they're not going. Well, of course they're going to put. He's a champion, and secondly, of course they're going to. They're going to tickle him a little bit, aren't they? Oh, there's Jade and Bron. God, Bron Breaker's doing double duty at the moment, isn't he? Flipping winning titles on NXT and on being on the main roster. I got Paul winning this, yeah, me too. Rhea is 96. I thought she was 26. Looking good for 96. No, I'm joking. Yeah, she's... yeah, she should be... Well, she's one of the champs. She's an absolute powerhouse. Yeah, she should be up there, 100%. The Miz is 81. Is that good or bad? Well, Miz is about to get battered by her. Oh, my Lord, Logan. Careful. Watch the crown jewels, mate. I miss ratings when they capped at 90. Yeah. She's the highest rated woman in the game. Yeah, good. And so she should be. Completely. Presumably Bianca Belair and Io Sky are pretty high as well. And Becky, I would have thought, and Charlotte. The top girls. Top women. Yeah, exactly. They're just exactly their default ratings, aren't they? Brock Lesnar was always overpowered in one of them. I can't remember which one it was. But I remember I was playing my brother and I just played as Lesnar and just annihilated him every time. I used to love playing as Sting. Like the old WCW Sting. Against like Roman Reigns. No, against like WCW Goldberg or whatever it was. I used to love doing that. Still do, actually. But Sting's not going to be in a 2K game for a long time, is he? Annoyingly. Say what you want about AEW. It kind of ruined 2K for me. I think Fight Forever's fun. I'm kind of looking at the Swerve on the Beach DLC. It's like, I mean, Roman was 100 last year. That doesn't surprise me at all. It wouldn't surprise me he was bloody 200. Logan Paul just did Nikita Lyons split leg pin. I know, yeah. Looks better on him, quite frankly. I'm not a fan of Nikita Lyons at all. But I think it's more political reasons than anything else. I'm sure she's a great athlete. I'm sure she's a great wrestler. But I'll be fast-forwarding her matches, put it that way. There's a few people whose matches I fast-forward. Some of them because they bore me. Others because I don't approve of things they've said or done, and I just don't want to be entertained by them. But I'll stay quiet as to who they may be. It's not many. I'll let you guys read that out. I wonder what he's referring to. And yeah, I totally get it. I totally get it. I don't know. I've had to mute my phone because my Twitter's just going bing, 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 bing. I don't know what the hell's going on. Hey, nothing wrong with that. What part are you referring to? Use your imaginations, boys and girls. And how many commercial breaks does one show need? I know I've been watching this for like 30 years. You'd think I'd be used to it, wouldn't you? See, none of that really applies to me anymore, Misfit. I've been married so long that it, you know. Although to be fair, if I ever say anything like that, she ever says anything like that, oh behave. Yes, happy anniversary to Jess and I. She's going to watch this back and go, Nikita Lyons, who's that? I'm going to say Google it. Come on, I want to see some Roman Reigns action tonight. I've got an hour to go. What do we still need to watch? Did we ever get a blow-off between... oh, Jesus. Did we ever get a blow-off match between Logan Paul and The Miz? Miz is doing that whole, I need to get back in the match, babyface thing. And why are we having Miz as a babyface? And we've tried this before, WWE. It doesn't work. Is anybody feeling babyface Miz? Like, he hasn't done anything offensive. He hasn't done anything that makes me think, oh, this is bad. Yeah, but his first run as a babyface, let's just not talk about it. And his second run got corrupted by The Fiend, didn't it? Do you remember when The Fiend was corrupting lots of people and turning them all heel? That was pretty cool. Because he was a face in his feud with Shane McMahon, wasn't he? Oh, Shane McMahon. It was so weird being in the crowd at Mania last year when all that Shane McMahon stuff went down. It was just bizarre. Like, it was obvious something had gone wrong. But when it's on TV and you've got the commentators kind of like vamping and saying stuff, when you're in the live crowd, you're just like, the hell, man? It's WWE want to do Awesome Truth. Yeah. That's it, innit? They want to do Awesome Truth versus Judgment Day at Mania. I think they were right when they said they wanted this to be kind of like Sami Zayn Bloodline Light, don't they? Like, obviously, Truth has now kind of realised, had a moment of clarity about Judgment Day. So now they're going to try and build him up as a hero. But Sami Zayn, Roman Reigns, this is not. And I don't know if they should get Judgment Day far away from R-Truth. I like R-Truth, no beef at all with R-Truth. I find him very entertaining, but I don't really want comedy around the Judgment Day. I want Judgment Day to be killers. Although I did kind of like JD McDonough at the end of that match going, all right, yeah, I'll take the money. And then throwing it everywhere when he got taken out. I still have a question. Why do we get post? I have a question. Why do we get post before Kelly in 2K? Post? I don't think I've noticed Kelly in any game. I'm not going to lie to you. I groaned when she appears in the Royal Rumble. In fact, I don't understand why she's called Kelly. That's the stupidest name ever. I always hated it. Oh, Post Malone. I thought you were referring to like postal service. I still want to forgive Vince. Won't forgive Vince for having babyface Miz beat Sanity in a 3-on-1. Oh yeah, what was that about? Unreal. Crazy Ninja Jake Holden is in. Hello, and thank you for the support, the WrestleSphere support. Spotted those comments on YouTube. Thank you very much. There's a new one up now, by the way. Simon Gotch. I wanted to know why he attacked Josh Alexander, and he wouldn't tell me. But he did. He did tell me something. Post Malone, indeed. Kelly won't be in 2K. Y'all got to let that go. It ain't happening. I don't even want her in 2K. Who's playing 2K and thinking, do you know what this game is missing? Kelly. Like, I'll take Molly Holly before Kelly. They really right. What's worse, those naming conventions or the current names they're giving everybody in NXT at the moment? Like, they're only a matter of time before somebody's called Diamond Dust or Teabag Skin or something, isn't it? You know what I mean? Like, ugh, the names in NXT at the moment are shocking. Hate it. Love NXT. Hate the names. Diva Stan. Insane Diva Stans. Oh, is that what it is? I mean, fair enough to like if you include these people, but like, who's playing as Kelly? Seriously, like, when you've got so many other awesome people to control. I should have asked him that, shouldn't I? He was dead cool. He gave me a little tour of his office at one point. I asked him some questions, and he kind of got up and walked around his office and showed me some of his wrestling memorabilia, which I was proper mesmerised by. That's not in the article, of course, but I will be adding that to the YouTube clip. Well, not clip. It'll be about a 17-minute video, I think. We'll edit some stuff, but yeah. I still want to test in a game. I want Test in a game. I forgot about Test. Bless him. Bit of an attitude era. Star, wasn't he? Star. I use loosely. No disrespect to the guy. Logan Paul wins. Paul is going to the chamber, where he's going to get killed by Drew McIntyre, along with everybody else. I've been saying it for weeks about Damage Control. They're the Kabuki Sky Pirates now. They can call them Damage Control. They can call them whatever they want. WWE, give in to the Kabuki Sky Pirates. Come on. Got the Kabuki Warriors. I think they're just going to call them Kabuki Warriors, aren't they? I bet. I know Kabuki Warriors is the tag team, but then Io and Kyrie are the Sky Pirates. Make them the Kabuki Sky Pirates. It just makes sense. Come on. They're not gonna though. I bet they just end up calling them Kabuki Warriors. Another unexpected and underrated wrestler, D'Lo Brown, would be fun to play as. Yeah, I've spoken to D'Lo Brown before. He's a nice guy, really nice guy. He has hosted a few of the TNA press gatherings, you see. So you kind of come on, you log on to these press things, and you've got D'Lo Brown on your screen, and he'll go, "Oh, hello, Sam from WrestleSphere." And it's like, "Ugh! D'Lo Brown." By the way, that promo they looked badass. Yeah, they did. They did look cool. But with them being the bad guys, you've got to think. He's like, sure. He's like, I don't care who wins at Mania. I'm just looking forward to the story. But is that Jade Cargill, by the way? I can't tell. That was one hell of an outfit. So the field of 6 is complete for the men's chamber. Yeah, that's the field I would have picked as well. And everything they do, kicking Sami Zayn into the dirt, makes Sami Zayn, feel like more of an underdog. They are really doing the underdog thing with Sami Zayn, aren't they? And here she is, Feel the Glow. Also, they were last week's TNA episode. She was still there as Trinity, so they must have. I thought after that first TV taping, she'd be gone after that first her rematch, but no. So we're still right now, Naomi and Trinity is appearing on 2 wrestling shows. You've got to think though the TNA stuff will end soon enough. These yawns are driving me insane. Did you see the insane number that Damage Control segment brought in last week? I didn't know. I don't really look at that stuff. I kind of just rely on you to tell me. Naomi now versus... Of course, Alba Fyre. Kaylee Ray. You got to think Naomi's winning this. Just come back. Came back at the Rumble. Alba Fyre's nowhere near as over. Yeah, Naomi's winning this. I vote for Naomi, folks. Bloody hell. I told you, everybody wants the Kabuki Sky Pirates. Everyone's just waiting for that. They changed the theme. See, I had it on mute, so I didn't hear. I'll have to go back and listen to that. I'll tell you what was a banger, her Trinity theme song in TNA. Amazing. It won't be that one, though, will it? Michael digs it. I'm going to have to go and listen to it later. Yeah, Trinity theme was wicked. It was great being in the room when they did the UK tour. She came out to that. It was so good. I said to Jess, I was like, oh, we should have brought on glow sticks. I've told TNA if they come back next year to the UK, I'll go and see them in Newcastle at the, what's it going to be? One of their live shows, one of their, not pay-per-views, one of their monthly specials, isn't it? I forgot which one. So what else have we got? I wonder if we're going to get a really big Rock and Roman segment. You know, one of those segments that takes 20 minutes for them to do an entrance. Let's see what else is coming on SmackDown tonight. Oh, McDonald's advert, McSpicy. So we've got Naomi, Alba Fyre, and the Rock and Roman Reigns. They're the two things listed. So I imagine we've got a surprise coming, or something. Because otherwise they've got to fill 40 minutes with this match and then that. Saying that, this will probably go on with commercial breaks. This will probably go on about 20 minutes, won't it, in total? I don't think this is going to be a squash. They are going to want Alba Fyre to get some offensive. Ooh, reviews for Skull and Bones are out, folks, if anyone's interested. The pirate game based on Assassin's Creed 4's naval combat, which has been in development since Assassin's Creed 4. Like a million years ago. Feels like there's more commercials in SmackDown this year, this week than before. Drew is being a menace on Twitter again. Drew is absolutely... I'm loving his Twitter at the moment. It's brilliant. That CM Punk shirt was hilarious. I'm not going to buy it, but it was funny. And he's not wrong either. Like, I know he's a heel. Not like, again, there's no more trying to pretend he's not a heel. He is. I know I've been pretending for weeks. But he's so justified. He's right about everything he says. It's hard to argue with him. God, that doesn't look as big as SoFi Stadium. American football fans, tell me, is this year's Mania, is the stadium bigger than SoFi last year? Because SoFi was pretty huge. So I'm curious to know that. Certainly felt bigger than Wembley. And Wembley's big. Grayson Waller effect. Cody and Seth are going to be on that. Are we going to have a bit of beef between Cody and Seth, perhaps? Oh. More champagne going into Roman Reigns. Is Grayson Waller trying to get in? Is he trying to get into the Bloodline locker room? How long has Naomi been doing her entrance? Has she just been dancing around the ring that entire commercial break? What's Drew doing? I'm going to have a little look at Drew on Twitter. What's he saying now? Let's have a look. He's a menace, all right. LA Knight called Drew an old timer, and Drew put on Twitter quoted images of LA Knight 3 years older than Drew. Genius. What a stupid thing to put by LA Knight. That was always going to come back to bite you in the ass. Look, I get they're both like Scottish and therefore Celtic, but really, a staff, come on. She's from Glasgow. She's not from the flipping Highlands. Yes, I think she's from Glasgow. He's having a lot of fun on Twitter, isn't he? I think like you get to have a lot more fun as a heel, don't you? Naomi covered in glitter. Guys, I'm going to go and get a cup of tea because I'm really, really flagging. And I don't want to have to like go to sleep early. So I'm going to go and get a cup of tea. I'll be right back. I won't be long at all. In fact, let me just go and get the... Because if I don't do it now, I'm just going to fall asleep at my keyboard. Hi, thank you for waiting. God, there's more of you than when I went away. Here we go. Okay. I love the unholy union. Kaylee Ray finally gets to show what she can do as a singles wrestler. Yeah. I was going to say, like, I know a lot of you guys are connoisseurs, so you've watched Progress, ICW, all those things in the past, but on this side of the pond, we've been aware of how good Kaylee Ray is, or, Alba Fyre, for a very long time. A fella, Stevie Boy, is very cool as well. Really, really good. I love his entrance music. It's a shame, like, it's weird that he's not been picked up by one of these bigger companies like AW or WWE, because he's more than ready. So this is a competitive match, at least. Naomi hasn't just flattened her, you know? She had a hell of a UK title match against Maiko Satomura. Yeah, she did. God, I miss NXT UK. I mean, they brought back the Heritage Cup on NXT, so it's like, dude, bring it back, like, or at least let's get cracking on NXT Europe. Although considering we've got a pay-per-view in France and a pay-per-view in Germany this year, it's looking good. I mean, if you're going to make any announcements about NXT UK, that might be the place to do it. And now Triple H is back at the helm. You're going to think, come on, let's go with the old plan. NXT EU, NXT Japan, NXT Mexico. Wicked. Then the Four Horsemen are covered, aren't they? And maybe an NXT Oceania, where you're at it, I suppose. It's the next territory they should do. And wouldn't surprise me if Saudi Arabia. Although they don't have any Saudi Arabian talent after they got rid of Mansour. See, I thought he was one person who was safe because of the Saudi money. Imagine if those two matches were in front of fans. Yeah. Especially the rowdy UK crowd. And I don't care what anyone says. You could be Chicago, you could be New York, you can be Philly. We're rowdy. Don't matter where you are. It's the UK, you're getting rowdiness. So much so that WWE hate it because we all swear. Because we like Britain. Everyone thinks of Britain as like Downton Abbey. No. No one swears like we do. Maybe the Aussies, perhaps. I remember just being at Money in the Bank and some of the chants were hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Because we've got like the whole football hooliganism thing going on. Whenever Gunther wins the World Heavyweight Championship, Finn Balor should challenge him. Oh, yeah. Oh. We were robbed of that match. Yeah, it'll happen, I think. The Irish wrestlers get somewhat adopted as well by the UK crowds. Even like the Southern Ireland wrestlers, the ones who technically aren't from the UK. Still a British Isles thing in it, I think. UK crowds are my favourite crowds than New York. Yeah, well, yeah, we're just rowdy, aren't we? Everyone said, like, every wrestler I ever talked to, I mentioned UK crowds, they start giggling. So it's just a known thing. That Liverpool crowd was pretty heavy, but that Money in the Bank crowd, bloody hell. Yeah, I am, because they were pretty vocal at Super Showdown, weren't they? A few years ago. Was it 2018? And yeah, in Perth, they're going to be nutters. They are going to be nutters. All drunk on Victoria Bitter. They're all going to be off their boxes. It's going to be brilliant. And Naomi is victorious. Looking $1 million as well. Are we ready? Are we going to get half? So what do we know what's coming, Misfit? Has SRS told us what's happening next, or is this going to be a half an hour Roman Reigns entrance followed by 2 minutes of talking? Kind of. Oh, sorry, kind of. They were. I know they popped for Buddy Murphy and the Iconics. Yes, they did. Yeah, right, cool. So Rock and Roman is next. So, we're going to have a little interval with... Oh, here we go. See, this story is my favourite story in WWE right now. That moment. Like, last year it was pretty cool, but that moment where they attacked Bayley and she revealed she knew Japanese and all of that, masterstroke. Absolute masterstroke. I am surprised Dakota, though, did the right thing and turned face. I honestly thought they'd use Dakota as a mouthpiece for the Kabuki Sky Pirates. But now that they don't have Dakota, they can go 100% lean into Kabuki Sky Pirates. Very happy Triple H didn't have Naomi squash Kaylee Ray. Yeah, I am, because I was a little bit worried. But when I looked at the time left on the show, I thought, this isn't going to be a squash. This is going to be competitive, because otherwise they're going to have to drag out Roman Reigns' entrance for 20 minutes. So, so you think Dakota is playing Bayley? Well, let's be honest, she never actually connected with that chair, did she? You could be onto something there. Bayley doesn't trust Dakota. Is she doing the babyface, standalone babyface thing, though? You know? Oh, I don't know. I'm not so sure. See, I think she's genuine. This is how they're going to pad it out until Roman Reigns and Rock. We're going to get a Bron Breakker segment. Cool. That works for me. So that's just me telling off my dog. So he's on SmackDown. Adam Pearce isn't going to be happy. Ha! Bronze belly coming out. Oh, there we go. Bear me a moment, guys. I think it's my cat. I'm going to let him out. It turned out it was the cat. He wanted to go out. Not the one we lost earlier today, but the one of the others. Who's Gunther facing at Mania? No idea. It does make me like, because I never thought it was going to be Bron Breakker. Like, obviously it was, the original plan was Brock Lesnar, wasn't it? But I don't think they're just going to shoehorn Bron into all of Brock's spots. Not all of them. Like, yes, at the Royal Rumble it made sense, but Mania, I think won't be the right thing to do at Mania. See, I think Jey Uso, but is he going to face his brother? You know, I'm a bit unsure. What does this mean for the Wolf Dogs on NXT? Not well. It's a good question, that, because they've said that they're still. I think they're just booking him in two different brands for a bit. Yeah, you've got to think it's playing into something deliberate. Like, they've been teasing Bron on the main roster for weeks now, So you've got to think that they'll conclude the story. They could even move Baron Corbin back to the main roster, and they could kind of just like keep them as a tag team floating on both, like they did with Judgment Day for so long when Dom had that belt. They could just do that. It's not like he's in TNA or AEW or something, you know what I mean? It's only NXT. They can do what they want. Bron and Jay basically ghosted Adam Pearce, yeah. I like the idea though of Nick Aldis ending up as the authority figure that maybe starts backing The Rock. I don't know. Although he has gone out of his way to annoy Roman Reigns, hasn't he? So maybe not. Like booking that Fatal 4-Way. When was it? Royal Rumble. God, I nearly said Survivor Series then. Lol, IO posted a photo on Twitter of her watching the promo they did in Gorilla. It was a good promo. Although, I mean, what has IO got to say in her defense? Do you know what I mean? Like, the whole mistreating Bailey thing. Like, you didn't need to do that. I don't know. Were they planning on turning on her anyway? Or were they just hoping she'd challenge Rhea Ripley and just keep putting up with her? Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm not sure about. Were they going to, like, attack her? And for what reason? I mean, she just won the Royal Rumble. Surely, if you've got a stable, you'd want all the gold in it. Like, it was quite counterproductive for her. Yes to what? Sorry, I've been rabbiting on. Bron Breakker SmackDown debut next week. Ooh. Well, when we say next week, we mean what, in about an hour or so? And what else are we getting? LA Knight versus McIntyre. I'll take it. Hey, I tell you what, they've got a good lineup for next week's SmackDown. Yeah, so just so you know, folks, there won't be a SmackDown live stream next week. No point, because it's a tape show and everyone probably all know what happens already. But secondly, because we've got the pay-per-view at 10 a.m., I'm just going to get a nice early night, get up early that morning, walk the dogs, have a big breakfast, and I'm going to live stream the pay-per-view. Well, I'm going to watch it while doing this. In daylight. Oh, amazing. Here he is. See, I feel awake now. Little cup of tea, couple of Pringles, I'm good. So I won't be able to sleep though now, will I? There's just something comforting about a cup of tea. But do you know what it was? Those yawns were getting debilitating. That's the issue. Roman's bloody brilliant, isn't he? Yeah, there's a few things up in the air for Mania. I'm really looking forward to Mania this year. I'm not like I was last year. Last year I couldn't quite believe I was going. But this year I'm looking forward to just kind of, because it will have been 2 years since I did my Mania routine. I'm really looking forward to it this year. I've even like booked time off work from Deserto to just have a couple of days. But they know. They know I'm a real wrestling guy. I'm not the only one either. There's a bunch of us. There's probably not going to be many of us in Mania. What I do is I book off the Friday and I book off the Monday. So I don't stay up late to watch anything at Mania in the UK. I don't at all. And I don't stream it either. So I will watch NXT TakeOver live, stand and deliver, because that's on at such a reasonable time. I can just watch it live. But night one of Mania, I watch that Sunday morning. So I wake up and watch it Sunday morning. And night two of Mania, I wake up and watch that Monday morning. Twitter will not even be on my phone that weekend. Neither will Facebook. And I'll probably have to avoid Google for a bit as well. I don't want no spoilers. So Misfit, no texting me at like 5 a.m. with, I can't believe that happened. I can't believe John Cena just turned heel on The Rock. Because I'll be muting all those apps. I'll even be muting the WhatsApp groups with the boys, just in case conversations happen. I'm often at work, right, and I'll be working away, and Rishad will pop up on one of our work channels and go, "Did you watch? I can't believe this happened on Raw." And it's like, dude, I haven't watched it yet. And he's like, "What do you mean you've not watched it?" And it's because it aired last night. I've got up in the morning, gone to work, and I'm still there now. So of course I've not watched it yet. I watch it after work on Monday. And then someone will be like, "Oh, why don't you just have it on in the background when you're at work?" It's like, I'm not doing that. I have a podcast on in the background. I don't watch wrestling. Holy shit, Okada is in Perth. That's interesting. I thought he was signing with AEW. I prefer it to be WWE, if I'm being honest. Is he there just to piss about? Is it coincidence? Or is the reports of him going to AEW a load of crap? We'll have to wait a week to find out, I suppose, aren't we? It was a joke. He's not there. He's not really there. Oh, well, I'm going to 5-minute ban you for that. You said don't spoil things. Oh, right, yeah. No, I see what you mean. No, I was more on about WrestleMania, because I'll be watching the Australia show live. I'll be watching it right here on the podcast. But it's Mania. Like, I'll watch, yeah. Because it's on at 10 a.m. in the UK. Elimination Chamber. I'll watch it live. I'm more about Mania when I'll delete all my apps and all of that. See, I actually thought you had a scoop for me then. That'd be amazing. Could you imagine if that happened? That'd be hilarious if he turned up at WWE after everyone said this stuff for AEW. You see him Punk all over again. Let's not forget, I didn't think WWE would sign Punk. But now it just seems so obvious, doesn't it? It's really weird. I thought their corporate stuff might get in the way. Oh yeah, that's been on the cards for a long time, hasn't it? That certainly something she's wanted to do for a long time, and she'd be daft to do anything other than that. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I think every major wrestling star, man or woman, owes it to themselves to see what life is like in AEW and what life is like in WWE. Or to bounce between them at will. People were... Oh, and it's 2:45. My internet's having its moments. Here we go. Yeah, Julie's going to kick ass in WWE. Ah, come on, internet. I can't hear Roman Reigns. I don't know why it happens at 2:45 every time. I think it's sorted itself out. Every time someone says Roman needs to beat Hogan's record, I'm like, you mean a record for a completely different championship? Yeah. Which one was it? Remind me. Was it the WCW? No, the big gold belt. You know, the former WCW. Or was it the United States? I can't even remember. The WWE Championship. Isn't the one Roman's got the one that shares the heritage of that, though? You know what I mean? You know, the title of San Martino, the title of blah, 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 blah. Because obviously the one Roman Reigns holds, you can trace the lineage of that one back all the way to WWF. No, it doesn't. Does all the rankings I've looked on. Am I thinking of a different championship? I don't know. Because the heritage of the current WWE, WWE / Universal Championship certainly does carry that heritage. And let's not forget with belts, they can always kind of cancel them off and bring them back and re-add that heritage, like the NWA have done with Sweet Charlotte. Because it gets a little bit fuzzy with the NWA belt. So WWE still has the WWE and Universal title as separate titles, does it? So the one Roman Reigns is holding, though, that signifies the WWE Championship and the Universal Championship, which suggests to me that that belt has the heritage of Hogan's title. Unless I'm missing something. Now, Rocky's here. That face says it all. I was going to say, because that's the whole reason Cody Rhodes wants it, isn't it? You know, it's the big one. That's why I never quite took to the Universal Championship. I was like, hang on, you just made it 5 minutes ago, and now you're telling me it's the most important bauble. Nah. Like, I mean, if I was a American WWE wrestler, there'd be three. Oh, hang on. Oh, of course, yeah. The 1,000-day reign is indeed for the Universal, because he's had that one a lot longer. But that belt, Roman also is the WWE champion as well, isn't he? And that belt signifies both of those, because he, as far as I was under the impression of, he unified them, and then they brought back they made a new big gold belt. So no, I don't know. I remember the other day when I was looking at the heritage of Roman Reigns' belt, it went all the way back to the beginning. It went all the way back to Bruno Sammartino and beyond. Who was the first? Was it Buddy Rogers? Yeah, I think it went all the way back to Buddy Rogers on the list, the thing I was looking at, and it was official. Ah, right. Well, see, because I'm of the view that it is the same belt. It is still the WWE Championship that Roman Reigns holds. But yeah, you're right. He's only been WWE champion for 6-8 days. Yeah. The Universal Championship has got nothing to do with that. Yeah. I'm not going to lie. As far as I'm concerned, the Universal Championship can just be absorbed by the WWE Championship, though. Oh, right. Okay. So WWE still doesn't view it as one. So it still views the Universal Championship as something separate. All right. That's fine. Yeah. Well, if that's the case, then yes, absolutely. Then he's nowhere near beating Roman's record. Absolutely not. But yeah, but I am of the view that, that is, Roman is also holding the WWE Championship, which is far more important than the Universal Championship ever was. Universal title is being retired once Cody wins it. Is it not unified though? Well, because I bet they just because they're not going to just separate the belts again and then go, that one's retired, are they? I reckon they're just going to move forward saying, right, this is both. But you can probably forget the Universal Championship at this point, which is they shouldn't do, because people like, well, yeah, you can. You can just ununify it. Like, we've seen that a million times before, haven't we? That's very true. Very true. It's like with the NWA Championship. Like, that's, if you look at the history of that one, it's rare. I mean, Sweet Charlotte, the 12 pounds of gold. It's it gets really weird because it's connected to the WWE belt and the TNA belt and it's its own thing within NWA again. It's really weird how many strands that one goes off in. Well, that's the thing with belts in wrestling. The more you think about it, the more heavy it becomes. And I agree. Yeah, Cody wants the WWE Championship. He doesn't give two craps about the Universal title. But does anyone? WWE tried telling us for years that was the more important title. Do you remember when they were hot-shotting it? They were hot-shotting the WWE Championship and treating it like it was second fiddle while Brock Lesnar and Roman were fighting over the Universal one. I remember being like, who cares? It's only had like 5 holders. Hang on, who was it? So it was Balor, Kevin Owens, Goldberg, Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, Bray Wyatt, Braun Strowman, Bray Wyatt again, Roman Reigns. Then as good as unified. I wonder then if have they got the Universal down separately? Or have they just quietly forgotten about it? Have they just quietly dropped the Universal? Because he was the undisputed Universal WWE Champion, wasn't he? To make sure we were acknowledging both. My internet is pissing me off. It just keeps going off. I don't know what it is this time of night, why it does this. I really don't. A few weeks ago, I got frustrated and just stopped because I was not going to get it back. Seth, indeed, Michael. See, I'm awake now. I'm going to go to bed in 10 minutes and be like, do you know what? I'm going to refresh this stupid page. Watch it not work now. Is Rock wearing one of his old shirts with sleeves cut off? It looks like it to me. That'd be a smart thing to do. I love heel Rock. Let's be honest. This is the second time in history turning heel has kind of fixed whatever The Rock is doing. And let's not forget, turning heel made Roman Reigns what he is. Oh my God, this internet. I might be finishing early, guys. Yeah. Heel Rock and heel Roman Reigns is what kind of fixed them both. Yeah, my internet is. I don't know what it is. It's quarter. As soon as it gets to 2:45, everything it just goes to crap. I wonder if my router kind of resets itself or does something. I don't know. Very strange. Interesting, indeed. I haven't seen it since, it's just been loading. I can see The Rock talking on the mic, but everything else has gone grainy and funny. Hollywood Rock is the best version of The Rock, yeah. I remember being really into his feud with Goldberg back in the day. Because I was a big Goldberg fan. This is back when Goldberg was fun and entertaining. And he was. I don't care what anyone says. People go, Goldberg. No, in WCW, Goldberg was fascinating to watch. But I remember that feud was great. Goldberg's run wasn't brilliant that first time around in WWE, but even so, I really enjoyed seeing The Rock and Goldberg together in the ring was amazing for me at the time. As a guy who was equally a fan of WWF and WCW. I'll hang on. My internet is not being brilliant, but I'll hang on because let's be honest, there's only 4 minutes left of this episode, so I might as well hang on for 4 minutes, even if my internet dies. Rock calling everyone fat. He is bigger though than it's healthier to be. It's healthy to be. You know what I mean? He's I don't want to say at his age. It sounds incredibly patronising, but that's an immense amount of size, and to get that way takes one hell of a lot of maintenance. Yeah, I like how his outfit's very flamboyant. Like, you're not going to see him come out and tear down Jinder now. Also, by the way, Jinder for everything champion and forever champion. Where's Jinder? Bring back Jinder. Jinder in the main event of WrestleMania. Every WrestleMania main event for the rest of time. I demand it. Do you know this episode has felt a little bit almost AEW-like in terms of how it was all based like qualifying matches. It felt a little bit more sport-based. You know what I mean? I kind of liked it. It almost did AEW better than AEW. Ugh. Called the fans in, Brad. See, though, like, is he going to tear down all the fans or just the Cody crybabies? This is the problem with heel turns. They go from who they were to mustache twirling villains. And I hate how Bailey's all of a sudden, oh, guys, oh, I love the crowd. You were calling him every name under the sun 3 weeks ago, Bailey. Sudden turns are crap, I think. Unless there's like a really good reason. I love McIntyre, his heel turn, because it was gradual. He's got steadily more and more and more diabolical. And I think, or whatever's going on with AJ Styles at the moment, like, you know, as far as I'm concerned, Styles hasn't fully cemented it yet. You know, he's still quite justified. He just feels like an angry version of AJ Styles as opposed to an evil version of AJ Styles. He just feels like a pissed off AJ. And he's got good reason to be. You and your 50 wives have the story to tell. What you called them. No. Oh. Wow. And that's how SmackDown goes off the air. It's not going to last. A United Bloodline, it's not going to last. And that is something we will discuss. Not next week, but the week after. Guys, I've been yawning all night. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to go to bed because I'm incredibly tired. I'd give that show a 7 out of 10. You know, there's some great matches on it, some good matches. I think Kylie Ray... although the Tiffany Stratton match was very good as well. There's some good stuff, yeah. Welp. Good night and see you all next week. So, yeah, Michael, I won't be doing SmackDown next week, but I will be covering Elimination Chamber. And who knows, maybe Dom, Dan, or Anthony or Andy will join me as well. So that'd be cool. We'll see what happens. But yeah, there won't be any SmackDown next week. But I imagine we'll be back for Raw and Dynamite. Yeah. So, as far as a wrestling show goes, that was very good. Yeah, I've got nothing bad to say about it, but it didn't sparkle. I don't know. The wrestling was good, but it didn't have... I don't know. I'm weird. I feel like I've given worse shows better grades, but I'll give it a 7. 7 to 8. Right then, guys. Let's see who's going to play us out. And I'm going to go and try and get some sleep. Who are we going to have? We had Shotzi play us in. Let's have... this guy.
This is the hardcore legend, Mick Foley. Well, hello and welcome to Give Me a Hall Yeah. I hope everyone there, right there in Yorkshire, is having a nice day. Bang, bang. Have a nice day. Yeah.